We dreamed of creating the world's strongest Pokémon. And we succeeded.
What's up, y'all? Today we're taking a look at our 2025 collection portfolio. Kind of see how things are moving. I want to make a monthly upload throughout 2026, kind of just going over certain sealed and certain cards that are performing well, and then also the ones that are down, so that way the ones that are down we can just kind of move our focus over to picking up some more of that product potentially, because our goal is definitely to buy at the lows and potentially sell at the highs. But right now a lot of our product that's at its highs aren't really quite where we want to sell, and I think once we get closer to 30th anniversary we might see more of an opportunity to sell some of our product that we got in 2025. So we'll start out with our Phantasmal Flames booster box. We were actually able to pick one of these up in December, and pretty sure we picked this one up at MSRP. So we're up over $100 there, which is super nice. And our Prismatic Evolutions, this one I actually bought unfortunately at Ace, but I know one of the managers there and she hooked me up with the employee discount, so I was able to get it at about $115. So we're still somewhat profitable there, which is nice. And I'm really banking on this year that we're not going to see many Prismatic Elite Trainer Box reprints. Either going to have to shift focus to other sets, and we're going to see more of the Ascended Heroes and the 30th anniversary printed this year. And our Phantasmal Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box is up almost 4%, and our White Flare Center Elite Trainer boxes are, or box is up 3.5%. Of course, we only got the one because I was able to get the Black Bolt one, and that one, I think it's up a little bit, nothing crazy. It's interesting though with the Prismatic Evolution bundles that they're still continuing to climb up 5% almost, and even here you can see the Destined Rivals is up almost 6%. And the problem with the reprint was that it came through the not the big box, it came through the other distributors, and it sounds like they're really selling most of the product at market price, so it's going to be pretty difficult to get that MSRP. Maybe we'll see a huge amount of that stock hitting the Pokemon Center vending machines or the Pokemon vending machines, and it could be on Pokemon Center as well, but I always strike out at those restocks, so I've kind of given up on the restocks. If there's ever the booster box restocks, I might try to hit that up, but it's really hard at that time of the day because I'm working and I'm usually pretty busy, so I really only try to hit the new sets when they drop. We're also seeing the Mega Evolutions with the Lucario up almost 2%. The Shrouded Fable booster bundle is up 3%, and that makes sense because that's going out of rotation here next year, and we're most likely not going to see any reprints of Shrouded Fable. But it's an okay set. I still don't think it's much better than Perfect Order, but only time will tell. And Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX box is up 3%. I don't really like to get the collection boxes, but when it has Pokemon like Mewtwo and Giovanni as a trainer on it, I think it was a no-brainer. I was only able to pick up one of these at MSRP, so 22. So we'll see. I'm gonna probably hold this one for a long time just because I'm a huge Mewtwo fan, so I'm sure it'll just sit up in my collection for the foreseeable future unless I'm able to snag quite a bit more of these. And then our Surging Sparks Elite Trainer box is up 1%, and definitely think Surging Sparks, if you guys are able to pick this up at MSRP, you should definitely be considering that. It's going to perform well and has that Magneton promo in it, so definitely be looking at that. So we're going to be looking at things that aren't performing super well right now, because there could actually be some potential to pick these up or stuff similar to it. So our Guardians Rising Elite Trainer box is down just over 3%, and this one I'm just kind of holding it. I'm curious to see how high it'll go up. There's nothing crazy in this set. I think the best thing is a Sylveon. Yeah, so at some point Sylveon might, go crazy again, and there might be a little bit of a demand for this set. But for now, I'm more just curious to see how it'll perform if it goes up. I might consider offloading it at some point, but I was at my LGS and I traded some super modern product for it, so I'm only in it like $170. Yeah, so not too bad. And we got our Unova 2-pack blister is down for 20% there, so I don't know if all the Fusion Strike is starting to come down, but there could be an opportunity here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, down 1%, 6%. So Fusion's probably one of the few that I would consider. I don't really like Sword and Shield. I opened a little bit of it and I just didn't hit the spot for me. So if you're into that, Fusion Strikes could be a better option, especially when everyone's focused on Destined Rivals right now. You might be able to catch some people that are trying to offload it instead of going for Destined Rivals, go for Fusion Strike. Our regular White Flare Elite Trainer boxes are down 5%. $80 could be good, especially if it doesn't catch another reprint, and I could see White Flare and Black Bolt being ones that don't see much of a reprint. If it does get a reprint, it could probably just be like booster bundles. So definitely keep an eye on that. Our Mega Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box is down 2.5%. Phantasmal down 3%. I think this one will see a big reprint, so I would definitely hold off. Hope that it comes down to like $50, $60 again. Our Zapdos is interesting. The EX collection is down 1.5%. I'm not a huge fan of Zapdos. I know a lot of people like this one in the Alakazam, but I'd rather pick up the starters. One collector box with the starters on it, just because I think in the long run, those are the most popular Pokemon. So you'll definitely be able to have some resellability there. Our Paldean Partners tin, I picked up 2 of these at MSRP just because I think out of all the Paldean starters, this one in the future potentially could be the most popular, and I like Skeledirge more, but like I said, I think this could be a popular one in the future, so we'll see. I picked up the Hopzation, which is down 1%, mainly because my son was kind of into Zacian, but he's not really into it anymore, so I figured I'd just hold on to it, see what happens. Maybe I'll give it away as a gift at some point, but we'll see. Zacian's probably one of the cooler Sword and Shield, mainly because I enjoyed the games and Zacian's a beast. And then Picked up a few of the Paradox just because I think some of the kids will like these in the future, the robots and the future Pokemon. And so that's for our sealed. We'll go over some of our cards real quick. Go over ones that could be potentially investable. So we have some of the Japanese. They're obviously dropping just because Japanese sees such a high reprint, and pretty sure that's a playable card. Corsellius is down a little bit, and I really like this one. I think it's a really good one from Shattered Fables. I pulled this one. Our Full Art Blastoise is down 7%, and I'm only missing the Venusaur, so really for my collection. And Zoroark is down 2%, and that's just because I'm pretty sure Journeys Together is just getting open a ton, so you're seeing a ton of these singles out there. Our Mega Counter in Japanese down 22%. Zaru is down 6%, and I think that's just because it's Shrouded Fables again. We'll switch there. Gold card. These are whatever. The Brute Bonnet though, this one's really cool. Sinji card, $9. I think this could be one that if you find it, pick it up. I don't know how it's performing graded wise. Probably not that crazy. Yeah, 96. So it'll be a long hold. Let's see if Sinji Konda pops off. We could see some of those if he draws a new card. Our Full Art down 13 for Nidoking, and Mega Charizard's promo from the UPC is down, and this could be a good time to pick it up. There could be more of those UPCs hitting the market soon, so this could drop down even further. So it could be a wait for about $20, but sweet card. I would collect as many of these as you can just because it's Charizard, but I could definitely see that dropping down to $10, $20. So keep an eye on it. Be a good pickup here pretty soon. And then for kind of our movers right now, we're starting to see some of the celebrations move. So my Blastoise here is up 73%. So if you want to try to get in early on some of these, I know that my Shiny Magic card from Celebration's down, so it'll be a good time to pick those up before we really start to see those pump. Team Rocket's Petrol is a very playable card, so that's why we're seeing it up over 230%. So investable, probably not. If you want to sell it, right now would be probably the best time. I'm trying to master set, so we're definitely keeping him. My Gengar from my childhood, he's up 5%, so I think we're going to start seeing some of the vintage starting to move, especially with the Logan Paul selling of his illustrative rare card. So keep an eye on vintage. Some of these you might be able to pick them up before they pump and do as you will, whether you want to collect it or try to flip those. That could be a good play. We also have our Team Rocket's Moltres. It's moving. Zekrum's making a comeback. He kind of dropped down there for a minute, but this is one of my favorite SIRs from Scarlet and Violet. We pulled this from a God Pack, so he's staying in the collection. We'll probably send out the grading here soon. Pretty clean copy. So he was coming down to 190, but I could see him coming down a little more, especially if, especially with kind of the people, the sentiment being that Black Bolt White Flare isn't that popular. Could come down a little more, so definitely keep an eye on that. Our Alakazam here from our childhood's collection, up over 5%. Really cool. Team Rocket's Proton. I don't know if this one's a playable one, but I think it's kind of just the Destined Rivals effect that's going on right now, where we're seeing a lot of these Destined Rivals cards pumping, so up almost 100% there. So I'm kind of thinking that this is a playable card. Ethan's Typhlosion is up, and I think $20 is very reasonable. One of the better IRs in Destined Rivals, so consider picking that up. And we got our Ultra Rares. They're also moving but 40, 55%. So, and like I said, I'm trying to master set, so that's why these are in the collection here. And we'll go ahead and we'll do our overview for the month. We're actually up almost 7%, and this is us not adding to the collection at all. So we're already starting to see some good returns from 2025. So definitely don't get discouraged. A lot of our stuff we did get close to MSRP. There are plays to be made. You know, right now it's kind of hard with everything so inflated, but just be smart with your money. I think we're up 124% for the last year. So hopefully by 2027 we can start taking some profits. That's kind of the goal right now. Depending on how fast 151 moves, we might be able to take some early returns. So we'll definitely be doing this monthly update, and January was pretty good for us. And let me know with your guys' returns in 2025, how high you're up, if you're down, if you're very interested, you know, how the year went for you guys, and look forward to talking to you guys, giving you an update next month. Have a good month, and hopefully you guys are able to hit on some Ascended Heroes. We got the ETBs coming out, so super excited to open those and hopefully add those to our portfolio for 2026, and we'll see how it compares to 2025. Have a great one, guys. Peace.